Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Gimme That Take, the fastest growing live golf podcast of 2023. Stick around for more takes like this.
I'm a hard no on cotton candy flavored anything other than cotton candy.
Wait. Okay. One is cotton candy. Cotton candy is not a flavor. Cotton candy is
Cotton
sugar.
candy is 100% a flavor. Ice cream, candy, there's drinks. The cotton candy is a flavor.
Okay.
You're 1,000 years old. How do you not know that? Like,
what is the flavor of cotton candy?
It tastes like cotton candy, apparently. Okay. I don't know. I don't eat it.
Pink, blue. Which
that's a color. That's not a flavor.
Yeah, those are colors.
You're a color.
Are all so the blue cotton candy tastes like the pink cotton candy, tastes like the purple cotton candy, tastes like the green cotton candy, tastes like the
all
orange
cotton candy tastes the same, just like all Fruit Loops taste the same. And I know that might have broken some people's brains out there, but yeah, the different colors, they don't taste any different. They're just the same flavor. Same thing with Trick cereal. They're all the same flavor. They're not individual flavors. They're just different colors. The way I like it.
Like, so often these random ass conversations come up at work, like, why do ducks float? And people always have like random answers, like ducks float because they're greasy. You know, you ever have like duck meat? It's greasy. Or if you wanted an onion bagel, but you only had, these are your only options. You have a plain bagel at your house, but you really desperately want an onion bagel. And you can use one of two things to turn it into an onion bagel: a slice of raw onion or onion powder. Which one are you choosing?
You would use onion powder.
Oh, you're fucking a pig. Onion powder is disgusting. Have you ever eaten just onion powder? That stuff's nasty.
Yeah, I mean, that's what do you think? It's dehydrated onion. That's what makes an onion bagel an onion.
So yeah, but it's not the same flavor.
Of course, it's not the same flavor. That's as close as you're going to get. If you put a slice of raw onion on there, it's not going to taste like an onion bagel either.
It's going to taste closer. That's my
okay. Well,
that's surmised.
That's absolutely your opinion. It's your God-given right to be wrong.
Well, thank you. So speaking of flavors, and it was just my birthday.
I like where this is going.
And it was just my birthday. And
even better.
Thank you so much. But speaking of flavors, is there an age where you can no longer have kid flavored things? Like, can you stop, like at 28, do you have to stop drinking strawberry lemonade? Or at 33, can you no longer get birthday cake ice cream? Or at 45, do you have to only get either peanut or regular M&Ms? You can't get any of the kiddie flavors.
I have a hard time believing that dark chocolate M&Ms are kiddie flavored.
Okay,
let's be honest.
Fair enough. There are some other flavors.
That's for lonely menopausal women to eat alone after the divorce proceedings go through.
But flavors, there are kid flavors.
I mean, no, you're absolutely. I don't think there's an age where you need to stop. I mean, I think there's a variety of things out there, and if you like it, eat it. If you don't. You know, I mean, do I? You know, drink Mike's Hard Lemonade or any of the?
Yes, he does.
Well, with a flavor fucking seltzer drinks. Like, sure. Do I drink any of that? Absolutely not. I prefer to butt chug them. That way I don't have to taste them. No, but seriously, you know, it's things. You have different stuff out there. I don't really, you know, I mean, aside from razzing my friends, you know, I don't have a hard opinion on whether or not you should, you know, stop eating things that you like just because you're older.
Okay, so a man can order a vanilla ice cream cone with rainbow sprinkles, and he's still as much of a man as he was.
Hi, that's me. I'm that guy. I'm the guy that did that thing that you just said.
Yeah, I like you like to rag on people who select children's flavors for their toppings / drink choices / whatever.
I mean, obviously you razz your friends, but like, you know, if I go out to eat and someone's like, yeah, I think I'll have a Red's Apple Ale. I don't throw water at them and be like, get out of here, you douche nozzle. Like, you know, is that something I would order? No, but I'm not going to tell a guy at a bar standing next to me that orders an appletini and call him gay. Like, I'm just like, if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. I don't care. That's fine. I want to drink my scotch on the rocks. And, you know, ooh, you ordered a scotch? That doesn't taste good. I'm like, oh, that's a matter of opinion. I don't like appletinis. So fuck you.
Okay. Back to my original point.
Okay.
Now, are there any flavors that are completely off your list? Like, pick a flavor of just flavor in general. So, like, are you anti-watermelon, anti-grape? You know, those are probably the top 2 anti-flavors.
I'm a hard no on cotton candy flavored anything other than cotton candy.
Wait. Okay. One is cotton candy. Cotton candy is not a flavor. Cotton candy
is 100% of flavor. The ice cream, candy, there's drinks. The cotton candy is a flavor.
Okay.
You're 1,000 years old. How do you not know that? Like,
what is the flavor of cotton candy?
It tastes like cotton candy, apparently. Okay. I don't know. I don't eat it.
Pink, blue, which
that's a color. That's not a flavor.
Yeah, those are colors.
You're a color.
Are all so the blue cotton candy tastes like the pink cotton candy, tastes like the purple cotton candy, tastes like the green cotton candy, tastes like the
all
orange
cotton candy tastes the same, just like all Fruit Loops taste the same. And I know that might have broken some people's brains out there, but yeah, the different colors, they don't taste any different. They're just the same flavor. Same thing with Trick cereal. They're all the same flavor. They're not individual flavors. They're just different colors.
Yeah, so this is a way long way to get to this. So I know that some people out there drink flavored seltzer, not hard seltzer, regular flavored seltzer.
Okay.
I have done this test more than a dozen times.
Go for
it. Without looking, the generic seltzer flavor is the same throughout. They may be able to recreate this a hint of the smell, but if I gave you a lime, a lemon, raspberry, watermelon, an orange, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the 5.
How much money are you willing to put on the line for?
There's nothing in there besides artificial flavor. We're going to do this on a future episode.
It's artificial, but the artificial flavors taste like other things. I would 100% be able to tell you between a taste test of 5 or 6 different flavors which one is which.
I've faced this.
You'll never sleep. You'll never sleep again. I know you have. But you have anosmia, so you can't taste anything right anyway. So, you know.
Our flavors LIV Golf. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Segue. Fuck yeah. LIV crushed it again this weekend in America, on American soil. Okay, before we get into how great LIV was this weekend, I will say, not their fault, but that winter freeze shit that wrecked that course. I don't know if you saw in like different areas.
Oh yeah, it was very, very patchy. The first time I was watching, I was like, man, somebody's pissed off that it looks like a public course somewhere here in New York right now. I think I'm playing at James Baird State Park in fucking LaGrangeville, New York. Like I was like, wow, somebody's pissed.
Yeah, you just felt bad for the grounds crew because you just know they tried everything they could to make grass be there, but that's just part of trying to play golf in Oklahoma in May. It's just you're gonna deal with that winter freezed area that's just not holding grass any longer. And it did, honestly, we have to be fair, it did look shitty in some spots, like where they were, like even on the old tee boxes that they used on the practice round, and you looked out there on Friday and you're like, holy shit, that tee box looks unplayable in front of them. Like that looks like something I would say, oh my God, this course sucks. But the course did not suck, obviously, but it did not look great on television. So we can say that. And then we'll get the bad out of the way first, because the good was so good. Who would not want to see a playoff between Dustin Johnson and Cam Smith? I mean, these are 2 of the top 10 golfers in the world right now.
I really wanted it to go to another playoff.
I know. and we can get into it a little bit, but Dustin obviously had the big lead, played great on the first 2 days, struggled. So this was what we saw when Taylor Gooch got out to that big lead two tournaments ago in Adelaide, right? He was like 20 under through 2 rounds and looked like he was going to dominate, and then he started to come back to the field a little bit and held on. DJ came all the way back to the field, and Brandon Grace actually had a putt to beat him, which is wild. But hence, Grace made the par, and Stinger got the win, which is so cool for them. Happy for them. That
Absolutely.
South African team is a bunch of awesome dudes, and they definitely deserve the win. They all, Burmeister's putt on, what was his finishing hole? 16. Made a birdie putt on 16. That shit was so clutch. That is what LIV is really about. Like, forget about the playoff, forget about Dustin Johnson, forget about Cam Smith. If you have any hope that LIV is going to move forward and stay with their current format, 3 rounds, team golf, which I hope they do because I've been really super into the team golf. Him making that putt and looking at his teammates and just being and like, I made it. Like, yeah, let's go. Like it was just so cool.
And then like literally everybody from the team ran to where Brandon Grace was wrapping everything up. It was pretty amazing to see that.
Yeah, that you're not going to find that anywhere else. And I hope they've done such a good job on the broadcast, because sometimes it is hard to follow. I've said this from episode 1. It's sometimes hard to follow who scores counting, what's going to happen. They did a great job explaining that like DJ's score wasn't counting today, and that unless he holed out from the fairway, that was the only way his score was going to count. Like, they set you up perfectly to know exactly what needed to happen in the team competition, because everyone could follow obviously the main score, but when they're looking at the team score, you're like, oh, Dustin Johnson made a birdie. Oh, 4 aces get a gain a stroke, but not true, because his score wasn't counting. So it's a challenging aspect for, I'm gonna say, like probably 75% of the people who watch, to try to follow along with the team scores.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they're watching LIV Golf whatsoever means that they're opening up to the possibility of a different style of professional golf. But that isn't to say that, we encounter a lot of people that we talk to that are still very much ingrained in, the old school Papa Golf Alpha way of watching golf and playing golf and, participating in the sport in their way. It's hard for a lot of people to keep up with that. But, just like all things in time, you just ease into it and just feel the excitement and the energy that comes from watching it.
Definitely, crowd was on point again. They are doing an amazing job of selecting these sites that will show out. The locals in Oklahoma are, it's basically Texas, right? Oklahoma, Texas, Nebraska, whatever you want to call it there.
There's a full set of teeth between every 10 people watching at there, but good for them,
Yeah, they're like, they're starved. I mean, they have some of the best college golf, which is awesome that LIV chose to go to.
I mean, we talked about, Jay and I talked about this, how many people were playing in the field, was 6 or 7 that played college golf at an Oklahoma University, between Oklahoma State and Oklahoma University.
Yeah.
Or University of Oklahoma, that is.
Sure. And they, LIV is going to have, with Papa Golf Alpha going to the elevated events and matching them almost dollar for dollar for these big events, they're going to have a hard time bringing over the bigger name guys to stealing them away from Papa Golf Alpha going forward. They probably need to target these college, like high end college teams, and start to create their own superstars from within. And I think showing out in a place like Oklahoma, where golf rules college, absolutely, or Oklahoma rules college golf in general. That was another super smart move. Australia, super smart. Tulsa turned out to be like they're playing chess right now,
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, absolutely. And I think the whole system of relegation and promotion for these young players, I think that it will be huge to give opportunities to these guys to come up and, join a team and make a splash, because, going back to the team aspect, these kids may take some time for them to get up to the top of the leaderboard individually, but if these kids come in and they're hungry, they can participate, obviously, and make a splash and help out teams that might be, we know there are a number of teams that are in a need of an injection of energy or blood or something, semen, I don't know, saline. I just give them something to, give them a jump in the standings.
Yeah, we're looking at you, Cleeks and Majestics. Those two teams need, in
the worst way.
In the worst way, they need to find some, like, just a spark somewhere for sure. Absolutely. All right. So we, in our own little group message here, we all basically said, damn, after we made our picks for the contest, and if you don't know about the contest, let me tell you real quick, we're playing a cumulative contest where we can pick one player per tournament, can't use them again, and the scores will tally up throughout the entire LIV Golf League season. And the podcast host amongst us who has the lowest score to par will get a round paid for by the other two, and third place will play around from the ladies' tees in a skirt. And things are tightening up, but
they are. I have actually updated all the scores. Mac picked Lahiri, who shot 10 under, and he is currently standing at the top with 48 under. And you picked Ualine, who finished with 7 under. You are now at 42 under. And I picked Howell, who finished 10 under, and I am at 34 under. So it is tightening up a little bit. I am now within 10 of you. So if I can pick a top 3 winner and you pick a loser, I've caught you already. So
yeah, chip away. That's
there's some ifs, but my picks are getting better.
But the point is, we have, we group message, we talk about LIV Golf all throughout the week, and the one thing that we all agreed on was we overlooked Dustin Johnson coming into this week. And let's just, before I talk about Dustin Johnson, let me just want to say this. LIV not only has LIV done a great job of selecting the places to play these tournaments on courses we never heard of, in places that golf doesn't go, stuff like that. They've done an awesome job kind of expanding golf that way. But what they've also done when they choose these courses is they're making them not particularly challenging for the players. Not that they are easy per se, but they know what the people tune in to see. People tune in to see golfers go low. Nobody wants to see a tournament where somebody finishes 3 over par unless it's the U.S. Open. Save that for the U.S. Open. What people want to tune in, they want to watch Dustin Johnson make a birdie on the first playoff hole to beat Cam Smith and Brandon Grace. They want to watch, somebody trying to get an eagle because they're 2 shots off the lead, and they have a chance for that. They have set that up so perfectly, and every single week these scores get better and better. The team scores get lower and lower, and the action is literally nonstop. Like, they can always show somebody who's making a crazy birdie putt or someone who's putting it insanely close. Obviously, because everyone's on the course, they've done a good job of that too. But they've really put the players in a position to go low, and that is something that will draw more people to their telecast, I think. I think they think that too.
Absolutely. Who wants, it's trying to think of a reference that I've heard, but like nobody, it's like nobody wants to watch the Super Bowl and at halftime it's a score of 7-3.
Right.
Nobody wants a Super Bowl like that. Like the Rams Patriots Super Bowl like 4 or 5 years ago. Like it was like 0-0 at the half, and everybody's like, "Oh, look at that!" Nobody was talking about the defense. Everybody was like, "This sucks. Where are the points?
Right.
We want to see act. That gets exciting. It's the exact same idea as what you're talking about. People want to see low scores. Nobody wants to see this tournament end with 5 under or 6 under. No, 17 under. Yes. Let's fucking go. Like he shot one of the guys shot a 61. Or something like we want scores like that to finish out a round,
Yeah, 100%. Harold Varner is the guy who shot the 61. Well, Brandon Grace had a 61 in round 1, but Harold Varner the third shot a 60. He had a putt for 60 actually, on in his third round. So, just so many. I mean, everybody's under par. It was so cool to watch. It was another great showing. But we got to talk about DJ hitting his stride. I mean, he's really he's found. He's not been perfect either. That's the weird thing.
No, like, that double bogey like really closed the gap for Grace and Cam Smith.
And he's not like he's missing like a 5-footer, for birdie where he could have extended his lead to 4 or 5 shots, or he's he's got an easy big bomb cut drive and he's missing it left. He's not played absolutely perfectly, but yet still he's going low. He's finishing near the top of the leaderboards. I wonder, like, I feel like he's like this, even though he won, I feel like he's like this close to doing something really crazy. And with the PGA Championship coming up this weekend, I would not be betting against Dustin Johnson to go out there and smash the course.
So did you bet the mortgage on DJ for this week upcoming?
I haven't looked at the odds yet. I imagine his odds are super short because of his win. And so I'll probably stay off him and find somebody else. But
should have put the bet in on Saturday night.
Yeah. Probably Thursday was probably the best time to bet on him, not after he comes out and wins. There's a ton of these guys who are playing well. Somebody who played awesome this week who hasn't played awesome is Jocko Neiman, finished top 10. Thankfully, like if he turns it around, if every week we're seeing leaderboards with these names on them, Dustin Johnson, Cam Smith, Brooks Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau, Jocko Neiman, Bubba Watson,
Varner,
Patrick Reed, Harold Varner. These are the guys that are going to carry this league forward. And no offense to Dean Burmeister and Eugenio Chacarra, great tournaments. They've played, decent, but people are tuning in. We've talked about this a million times. People are tuning because they want to see these guys. Phil carried them through the beginning third of the season. And now if the really super big names now can come out here, DJ, Cam, Jocko, Brooks, Bryson, get another guy in the mix there every single week. Oh my God, this thing literally has the legs to do whatever they want. They can really honestly grab those headlines and turn them away from, oh, they lost another court case, or Saudi this, or you don't hear any of that anymore. You don't hear anything about the money anymore. Why? Because Papa Golf Alpha did the same thing with their tournaments. So the money thing is out. So now LIV has a real chance to capitalize on the star factor.
And Papa Golf Alpha is being more inclusive with inviting, LIV players to events more and more. At the end of the day, we are a fan of the sport, but the people in charge want money. That's all it is. People pay money to go golf on their own. These leagues and everything, the whole goal is to make money. If I'm saying this and this is your first hearing that, and that breaks your heart, I'm sorry. You need to wake up. It's a business. Right. They're trying to make money. They're seeing all the money that LIV is making, and Papa Golf Alpha wants a piece of it. And they're not stupid. They're like, oh yeah, we were just talking trash. We razzed you guys. You guys can come play with us, please.
Yeah, the rating, obviously the Masters rating is the highest ever. PGA Championship going to be the highest ever. US Open is going to be the highest ever. They're all going to be the highest ever because people want to see this. They want, and plus, and I'm so happy that these top guys are playing well going into the majors, because that's when LIV needs them the most. LIV would be fine if, Scott Vincent won their tournament. No, they wouldn't care, right? They would be fine if whomever, some other guy who's kind of middle of the road, Peter Uihlein, they'd be fine with that if he wins the tournament. They're not going to be worried about that. But what they need to have is what they had at the Masters, where 3 of the top 4 finishers were LIV golfers. They need They need to see that because the world is watching that. The world isn't quite watching LIV yet, but seeing these guys compete and beat some of the best on the Papa Golf Alpha Tour is obviously, I mean, I'm just duh, right? It's the thing. It's what they need.
I mean, let's be real honest about something real quick. In the, and I've only been a real fan of professional golf this season. So putting that up front, but looking at everything I've seen so far, for all those kids that are playing this sport in other countries, LIV is a realistic goal for them. Especially going back to what I was saying before about relegation and promotion, points. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's a possibility. It's a lot better possibility than them getting on the Papa Golf Alpha Tour. You know what I mean? There is, and the money is so much better than Papa Golf Alpha, considering it's guaranteed. That this opens doors for people from other countries, not just Americans. There's a large portion of the 48 players that are not American.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are whole teams from other countries and other continents. You have a South African team, you have a Scottish team, you have a British team, you have an Asian team, and it's not limited to those, but I mean, typically, the people on that team are all from that region or country, that continent, so, hey, and that's great. Open it up. There's a kid, practicing his putting with a fucking stick in the middle of fucking nowhere right now that could be the next star of LIV in 15 years. We don't know, but there's a better chance of him making it there than on Papa Golf Alpha.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to come to America to play golf because LIV travels the world, and they're not just an American-centric tour or league, and that is another advantage. There's just so many great things. I mean, again, slight bias, but there are just so many great things about the LIV Golf League that are so different. People say, "Oh, it's the same thing. They're just older, washed up, blah blah." They're not older. One, none of these guys are washed up. They tell me they don't care. These guys are out there pumping their fists every week, every single weekend. They're out there. They got two reasons to care. One, they're trying to win. Two, they're trying to help their team. They get double the reasons to win than the Papa Golf Alpha guys do. And that's just such a lame argument. There's so many lame arguments about the LIV golfers versus Papa Golf Alpha golfers, and that one's so stupid. I don't even want to spend time on it. Anyway, did you play golf?
I played golf on Tuesday. I went and played 18 at James Baird. It was a beautiful day for it. Shot a 96.
Wow.
So I'm still I'm chasing that, man. I'm chasing that break 90.
Baird's like 6,800 yards. That's not a short course.
Yeah, it was a pretty good round. I've stepped but I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, I didn't break 90, but then, just it's a goal. That's what I'm playing towards, and I just broke it down to this. Listen, man, all you needed was 7 shots. There were 7 shots. If you can fine tune your game to make it 7 better shots than you did the last time you played, boom, you did it. Moving on to the next one.
And even if you take a step back next time out, that's okay, because the goal is to just cross the line. And then once you cross the line, then the goal is to stay below the line, right? You got to it's incremental. Golf is, like I said, I got the 76 ball. It's right here.
Mm-hmm.
But I played 2 rounds this week, and I shot 88, 86. So it just is what it is, you're not going to go out there and shoot it's like, let's say you drop an 89 or 88 or something like that, and then the next time you go, you shoot 101. Okay, you did. Okay, get out on the range, practice what you struggled with, get better. It's golf is just the constant. It's the never-ending challenge. The second you think that you have golf figured out is the
second that it falls apart.
It's the second that it falls apart. 100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
It's like I talked to Austin at work about golf. I'm at work 11 hours a day, and I probably spend at least 2 of them talking golf with Austin on the days that he's there. And it's just, he's like, oh man, I think I have my irons figured out. And then we go to play, and then his driver's all over the place. He's like, my fucking driver sucks now. And it's like, I felt the same way. I finally figured my driver out, and now my irons are all out of whack. And I'm like, man, but like, you just try and catch the things, and then sometimes things slip out of your hands. I mean, that's just the way it is, but I still love, I love playing. So, I'm going to try and play as much as I can.
That's awesome. All right. Well, we got the PGA Championship coming up, and hopefully Mac will be able to join us later in the week so we can give our predictions and kind of go through what the LIV guys are going to do. I liked that heads up LIV versus PGA player prop section we did for the Masters, so we might bring that back. Hopefully we can get that done. We get feedback now on like every single video, at least a couple comments on every single video, which is freaking amazing. So thank you, keep doing that.
Seriously, thank you guys.
It's really cool to know that people are listening and giving their own opinions and having their own thoughts and picks and all these things. Is really cool. So keep that up. We love that. But Jerome, tell them what they really need to do if they're just listening and they haven't done it yet.
If you're listening the first time, thank you. First and foremost, hit subscribe, hit the bell in the corner if you're watching us on YouTube so that you'll get notifications when we post these episodes. Check them out. Please hit like, please comment, talk to each other, talk to us. I haven't seen anybody respond to anything from me yet, but I watch all the videos and I look at the comments just to see, so that if somebody has something to say to me directly, I want to respond, because I want this to be a back and forth. This is a conversation. I don't know fucking everything. I want to learn more. The only way you learn things is by, experiencing, people questioning and stuff. So absolutely follow us on social media, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. We're on TikTok. Check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Good job. All right, let's get the fuck out of here.